Alright, 3, 2, 1. Alright, how's everyone doing? This is Jaypow episode 1. How's everyone doing?
I'm good.
Good. Alright.
Thanks for asking. So, how you doing?
I'm good. You caught me off guard. So let's quick introduction. Armando.
Yulemi.
And I'm Jafet.
Alright, awesome. Cool. Alright. So we have a topic for today. What is it? Yulemi, you had
it's school stories, like whenever like you got in a fight
School
or like
story.
any highlight from school.
School stories. Okay. Alright. Who wants to start? Who has one like just ready, like off the chamber?
I think so. I think I'll.
Yeah, alright, go.
Alright,
it's,
go ahead.
It's not even that crazy or anything. Just stupid.
Okay.
Okay, so I'm not gonna use real names because no.
We don't want to start bleeping. We don't have a budget yet.
The budget. Okay, so in middle school, this kid named Armando.
Alright.
I'm gonna use your name.
We're gonna use
Okay, so Armando, he was this kind of like short kid,
Okay.
kind of annoying, and he would like annoy me all the time, right?
Wait, was that me? Okay, go
Is
ahead.
that actually him?
Go ahead.
No, he was just annoying.
Okay.
And for like out of nowhere for like a whole week, I started being annoying back. Like hella annoying. Like I think I pushed it too far, and he got really fucking pissed at me. He got so mad at me that he like one day like around like every time a class ends, you have to go to a different class, right? So in that like short break of like 5 minutes to go to your other class, he came up to me. He's like, "Yo, what's up?" Right? Like in español porque hispano fue lo.
Wait, how old were you?
Middle school, so I was like 14.
12. Oh, middle school, like 12, 11, 13,
12,
around there?
11, 14, around
Okay.
that. Yeah, I don't remember exactly. But he came up to me and he was like, "Yo, what's wrong with you?" Right? So I'm like, "No, nothing's wrong with me. What's wrong with you?" And then out of nowhere, boom, he pushed me. As soon as he pushed me, I fucking swinged at him. I swinged, boom, I swing. And then one of my friends out of nowhere came through and started pushing us aside. So it wasn't even a fight. Like he pushed me and I fucking swinged.
Okay.
That was it. And I was like, I wanted to fight because I was like, damn, I wanted to beat his ass.
Okay.
And they broke it up. And then I looked at his face, and homie was bleeding. No, I looked at my shirt, and I saw there was blood. And I was like, am I bleeding? Like what happened in that 2 seconds, right? And then it was him. He was bleeding from the leg when I swung at him.
Oh.
He was bleeding from the leg. And it was a big ass problem. We went to the principal's office and shit, and it was for nothing.
Wait, but you made a kid bleed.
We were both.
So
It's
technically, you should have gone to juvie. Well, that's. I mean, so from there, did that kid ever bother you again? Did you ever see him?
Oh no! From that day, we wouldn't talk anymore to each other. But then like a couple months passed by, and somehow we saw each other again, but out of school. And we were he came to this like small party at someone else's place, and we saw each other there, and we were like, "Oh, hey, what's up?" And we dapped each other up and shit.
You know what's the funniest thing that I've seen or I heard that story? Not that story, but just in general. I don't know what it is, guys. Like I've been like not in good terms with a lot of guys, growing up and like, especially like middle school, high school. I think those are the years that I think guys when they just prove an ego. You're like fighting. There's times that before I tell my story, there was a lot of times where we almost got in a fight. Like I was always very, level-headed. Like let's not even, let's not fight. We're gonna get in trouble. Like thinking about consequences. But we were like just be at it, and then all of a sudden a year may pass or a couple of months, we were like the best of buds. I don't know what it is I don't know if it's that same with girls, but I don't know if girls carry that beef for years, and once you have that beef with a girl, that's it. But for guys, at least, I've noticed that there's I can think of one of my friends now. His name was I'm not gonna say names. We don't have the budget, but it's Tom. Let's say Tom. We were like always like butting heads in high school, like first 2 years, 15, 16. And then before graduating, we're like best of buds. It's like the weirdest thing. And we used to hate each other like to the visceral level. I would just look at him and like, dude, like don't even look at me. But all of a sudden, so is that the same for girls or not?
It's not exactly like that because like we don't become like best friends like guys, but like we do have this thing. I mean, or like I hope we all girls have like this thing where we protect each other.
Okay.
Like even if you hate that girl, but you see it at a party and you see like she's at risk, like you see a guy, I don't know, hitting her. Even if you hate her, you're gonna be with her to like protect her. Because you wouldn't want that to happen to you, to your mom, to your sister, you know, because you're a girl's girl.
Right.
But after that, after you're sure like she's safe, you still like hate her because you don't like her. Yeah. But you make sure she's like not like a victim of something else, you know.
I see.
But you don't become best friends like guys.
You don't like, let's go have lunch or something.
No. I mean,
fine.
there may be cases, but like I don't.
Like mutual friends, maybe.
I don't know, but like.
Okay, will you be okay? Let's say you have a girl, right? You really don't like her, and then some reason the universe says, "Oh, you're both gonna have the same best friend." As a girl, will you be okay? Let's say your best friend, mutual best friend, says, "Look, it's my birthday. I want to make something very small. I'm gonna have her too. She needs to come. She's my friend. Are you still down to go?"
I'd say it depends, like on why don't you like her. Like, if that girl did something to me.
Okay.
And then my best friend is still friends with her, I wouldn't want to be friends with like my best friend. Because why would you want to be friends with that girl who did that to me? Okay. But if I don't like her just because she gives me like bad vibes, like I don't have an actual reason to hate her. Okay. It's like, okay, you can like her because I don't like her because I just don't.
Okay.
You know what I mean?
Makes sense. Yeah. That makes sense. But something I realized, maybe I'm wrong, but maybe we have two guys on the podcast, but when somebody does something to someone that you like care about, that's when that's crossing the line. But let's say like another guy, right? He was just being mean to me or whatever. I can forgive that. I don't know if Jafet's the same way, but I can forgive it. But if that person, like a dude, did something to someone that I care about, now I think that I take the same stance. Like, that's it. You messed up. We're never gonna be buds. It's over. But if it's at that level, but if it's just me, like them attacking me like throughout high school, just bullying me, for example, or just being mean, it'll get to a point that we'll forget about it and like, hey, what's up? Like, we're both older, more mature. Like, that was us at 14. Now we're 18, for example. We're cool. Like,
okay, yeah. Like, it depends, like, on too. Like what they did to you.
So tell your story, since I feel like you have this brewing inside.
Why would you say that? What makes you think that?
So when I was a little girl. So
I'm still little.
Tell the story.
A girl? I don't know. It's like a basic story. Like, I didn't fight. They just like hit me. They beat my ass. So I don't think that counts as a fight.
You were like in the floor.
And it was like,
ya
déjame por favor. It was like, it's like a stupid story. Cause like, I'm not very social. So there was this girl in my class, and I asked her for like an eraser. It was an eraser.
Oh, okay.
I asked for an eraser, and she said, "Yeah, sure, here." And then she used to leave like early, so after lunch. So I couldn't find her, and I said to her friend, like, "You give this to her because I don't want to take it home because I'm gonna forget it, or like I'm gonna lose her or something, because I always lose my stuff. I used to go to school with just like one pencil and one like, I don't know, one leaf from a 3-letter phone. Okay. So the next day, at the end of the day, like the school day, she would like, I was walking home and she would grab me from my hair and like be like, "Why didn't you give me my eraser back?" And like she would beat my ass right there in the street. I'm like, "Oh, this for an eraser?" Yeah. So that's what she said. And then after, like, I went to school again, and they told me, no, it was because she saw you talking to the guy she likes. And I was like, I don't even like it. No, I'm just kidding. But like, she saw me talking to a guy that she likes. So she took that like excuse that I didn't give her eraser just to beat me up. Because of a guy.
Do guys do that?
That's not a girl's girl.
They
just saying.
They could like be mean towards you, but I think beat up.
Like, won't get physical.
Because she fucking beat me up. She grabbed my hair. I was on the floor. She was like, actually beat me up.
Type of guys that do that shit.
Some guys, right?
Yeah.
Like, not to be generalized, but there could be, yeah.
Yeah, like there are girls and there are girls that don't do that. Like I wouldn't do that ever.
Right.
So
I mean,
yeah,
I think that's true. It's really dependent.
Yeah, it's like every person is different. I don't think it like depends on your like gender.
Right. it's more of a situational person, kind of how they are. Yeah.
Go on, Mo. You have a story?
My story. So, when I was working in the mines back in 1934. No, so I used to live in Mexico when I was growing up, and then there was this one kid. I'll leave that story for a different day. Let me talk the one that was about here when I was in middle school. So when I came back to the States, there was this one kid that for some reason, because when I was growing up, we moved a lot, just all over the place. So there was one school where I ended up in. I was there for maybe like 4 or 5 months, so I didn't even stay that long because we moved again. But during those 5 months, first day I met him in class, he didn't like me, like for no reason. I didn't give him a reason. One, because I was coming in, I didn't know anyone, so why would I have any beef with anyone, right? So first day he started just didn't like me. He had his little like group, and I think like especially in middle school, people form little groups. Either you're part of the group or you're against the group for some reason.
Yeah.
That's like the middle school mentality when you're like 13, 14, 12, 13. So first day, he didn't like me. One of his friends, I forgot his name, but he was like very, I want to say, very like level-headed. He used to see his friend be like the bully of the class or whatnot, and he would try to like if he saw him doing it, I would see him a couple occasions where he would just go and talk to the kid that was getting bullied after, like, hey, like, are you okay? He was the one that was level-headed in the group, but he still wouldn't speak up in front of the main guy, right? The one that was saying didn't like me. It got to the point, it got so heated that one time he wanted to get me in trouble with like the teacher. That something in the lab, we had like chemistry lab that supposedly broke something. He went and and that wasn't me, but just trying to get me in trouble. He tried to fight with me like in school multiple times. One day, he was like a bad kid, like no lie. He messed up like the where the key goes in the key lock. He brought a bunch of toothpicks, and we had to like cancel class, stay outside in the heat because we couldn't open the class, and there was like nobody to open the class. So after like the day after, I'm not gonna lie, I did went and tell someone like, oh, it was him, but I said confidentially. But you know how teachers are, like, they're not really good at making it confidential. So somehow my name was linked, like, oh, you went and told. So one day after class, the kid followed me with his friends, because I used to walk home. He like followed me, and we got in a fight, like in the street. It was like so crazy, so bizarre. I mean, little at that age with 13, it wasn't like some crazy fight, but it was like, dude, like, why? Like, what's your problem?
Because you were a snitch.
That was it.
You did say it.
No, I did say it, but to me it was like, it came in conversation because I wasn't new, I didn't have any friends, so I don't know how it even came up, but the teacher sort of said, because I remember this is what happened, the reason I said it, they were going to get the whole class in trouble if the person that did it didn't come out. So I saw her from a justice as a whole. Like, I don't think it's fair for one person to do something and everyone has to pay for their whatever they did. So at that time, at 13, I thought about the bigger picture. Like, dude, if I'm going to get in trouble for no reason, and everyone else is as well, we're going to have to do like extra homework. And, at 13, homework is a big thing, right? If you have extra homework, that's like, it's going to ruin your weekend. It's bad, right? So, I'm not going to do all this extra homework for that guy. I don't even like him. He's already messing with me. Like, why would I even protect this fact? So I went and told the teachers, I don't know why, it's supposed to be confidential. Somehow he knew that I told her. So yeah, we got in a fight, but I mean, that one, I don't know how it ended up because we moved again. I don't know if I would ever talk to him again, or I don't even know how he looks anymore, because I'm telling you, I moved so many times that I don't even know how his face looks. But yeah, there's always that one kid in school that, or like you're gonna encounter growing up, that's gonna like test your limits and just mess with you.
I think that's just on guys. Because girls, I don't know. I mean, that one girl, but like I've always like got along with everyone.
I don't know, some guys are crazy.
Yeah.
Like this one, when I used to live in New York in high school, there was these two guys fighting over this girl, right? And how my school, because it's New York, right? They had metal detectors every time you go inside the school.
Okay.
And no, back before this happened, it would be like twice a week. You know, surprises like, oh, metal detectors today. You know, out of nowhere. So it's fine. Like, but then after this situation, everyone went to shit. Every single day, metal detectors, because this guy brought a gun to school.
Wow. Because
he wanted to like, he was like, oh, that guy's like going after my girl, so he brought a gun to like scare the other guy.
Wait, how old was this guy?
It was high school, so
high school. Oh,
so,
high
yeah.
school. I missed that. Sorry, yeah, high school.
So
14, 15, 16, 17.
Yeah,
around that. Okay.
Around that age. I don't know. Some people were kind of dumb, so there was probably like even 20-year-olds in that school.
20-year-olds
Yeah,
in
yeah.
high school?
In that high school, yeah, definitely.
In New York?
Yeah, in New York.
The super seniors.
Bro,
Super duper seniors.
There was a kid in my class. He was a super senior, but he was 18. Like he only flunked. I think he flunked 10th grade, if I'm not mistaken. He flunked 10th grade, so he stayed a year back, and then he caught up 10th, 11th, 12th. But he had flunked 10th, so he was a super senior, but he was like 18. But what, 20?
No, yeah.
That's crazy.
It's because in New York it's a bit different, because here in California, right, they do what's the test called?
The high school exam.
Yeah, that it's only one. How is it?
You have to, I think, pass. You gotta pass the high school exam. I think it's an essay. I don't know. It's been a long time, but you gotta pass it with a minimum score, and then if you pass it, you can graduate.
Okay, so in New York it's a bit different, because each grade, so 11, 9, 10, 11, 12, each year you have to take like a certain type of exam. So it's like the 9th year is like English with math.
Oh, okay.
Then the 10th year is science with something else.
Okay.
So, and then history with something else. And if you don't pass those tests every year, like let's say you fail the English one in 9th grade, you're gonna have to take it again the 10th year. But if you don't pass it again, so it keeps adding up. If you don't pass them, you have to pass them.
Okay. What is that test called?
Fuck.
I don't know.
Fine.
I didn't take it.
In the comments, if you know, just write it down.
Yeah.
That would be great. Cause I'm like forgetting what the name of that. It's been so long. I know for even college, when you're doing your bachelor's, there's also a test that you have to pass to get your bachelor's. So that you have all your credits. You can be an A student, 4.0 in college. If you don't pass that last test, it's like an essay form. You don't get your degree. And I remember for high school, it was the same thing. It's I don't know if it was written or yeah, but I know what you mean. So comments if you know. Write down the name of that test. I wonder if they're still doing that. I mean, it's been a while, I think for me in California. You know what I saw the other day, and I was gonna tell you guys. Isn't it so weird? It's change of topic completely, right? It's gonna be like change of topic. You're gonna see that a lot in this channel. I saw TikTok, and I think it's a great point. So, I'm a not a believer. I mean, I think like ghosts and stuff like that are real. Maybe I never seen one, but isn't it so weird? It has to be a little girl scaring people. Why not like a old man ghost or a woman or a guy? Why is it always a little girl?
Because it always ends up being a demon, you know. That's why it's a little girl.
Is that what it is?
Yeah.
But why a little girl? Doesn't make sense.
Cause it's innocence. Like innocence and horror, they don't go together. So when you put them together, it's like even worse. So if you're the devil, who would you want like to go with the horror? Innocence. Who's more innocent than a kid?
I mean, the IRS maybe if they show up.
We're talking innocence here.
Real world problems. No.
I mean that's a theory. Like
that
it would
makes
make
sense.
sense. Yeah.
No, that makes sense. I mean, yeah, I've seen. So there was a story that they told me. One of my family members that when they bought a house, that's what I remember too. What they saw, it was a little girl a couple of times. So in that house, you had like the living room. When you come in the house, first kitchen, living room, and then to the left you had like rooms. The first room on the right, supposedly they used to see a little girl, and like growing up, I never like realized there was something going on in the house that the family, they're like my cousins feared, until like I remember we always went in the room like all little kids to watch TV, and I would get up, turn the lights off to see the screen better, and someone that lived in the house, like one of my cousins, will get up and turn it on. I'll sit down again. I mean, and then I'll see like I can really see the TV because it wasn't a big. It was like a 32-inch. It was like a bunch of little kids in the room watching the 32-inch TV, and then the lights on, you couldn't see it. So I will get up again, turn it off, and sit down like on the floor, and then one of my cousins that live in the house will get up again. I'm like, what? So after like when we were all like older, they told me the story what was happening at that time, and then what kept happening after. So they said that in that room, they would always see a little girl go in the room, and then run across to the restroom that was right across the room. What was so weird is that in that room, I realized that after like growing up, it would always feel colder in that room. Like although let's say like the house you have the heater on like in the winter, that room for some reason was always colder. But it didn't come like I never asked them, hey, like something's wrong with your system here, or like I never asked why do you keep turning on the light, like what's going on. But they told me that. So supposedly they used to see a little girl. They even like brought a priest and everything too. That's like in Hispanics we when we see that, and let's call the priest. Let's bless it. So they called the priest. Everything was fine, and then it stopped for a bit, and then the apparition started up again with the little girl. So that last time, from what they told me, my cousin was walking like away from the room. She felt the push, fell to the ground, and all of a sudden there was like a big cut in her leg. There was nothing that she touched falling. There was nothing that she could have scratched or the floor, anything. And she had a big cut. She had to get stitches, and that was like the last time they ever saw, heard, or felt anything in the house. But I mean, why a little girl? But I mean, that kind of makes sense what you said.
It's not always a little girl.
A lot of ones that I hear is like the little girl. I'm like, all right.
Sometimes they're like whores.
They're what? There's what?
There's like whores that like got killed.
Oh.
Got killed.
Yeah.
Got killed. Horrors.
Got killed, and they just want revenge.
Okay. Now, you guys have any scary stories?
Like going back there. I think when it's kids, it's the devil going. Like,
okay.
Like they wanna get to you through the kid because the kid is innocent.
Okay.
But like when it's like different people, like this old guy who's haunting this, I don't know, this house, is because that guy used to live there. So it's not the devil, it's the soul of that guy specifically.
Like that's like let's say you're a mom that died because she got killed and her kids also got killed. Like you're gonna be a fucked up ghost.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. That makes sense.
It carries you over to the afterlife?
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's quick. You guys
she just like me for...
Pinche Mario, me mataste.
See, but I have not seen... I mean, the only one that I've seen, like a ghost, I didn't know what it was. I think I told the story before to you too, where I saw like a monk-looking figure across. I mean, that's the closest I've been. So I'm the kind of person that they will tell me, look, that house, there's a ghost. I've seen a little girl. I don't care what it is. I'll go in because I'm really curious to actually see it for myself. Because what I told you is stories I've been told, right? I haven't seen it myself. There's been places that I've heard they're haunted. I've gone to those places. I don't see anything. So for one of our podcasts, we're gonna be going live just for the audience to know. We're gonna in one of those episodes, we're gonna take it live to an actual haunted location.
Yes.
That we're gonna see if we can get the permits and the equipment to go there and actually do a person.
And this is a lot. That's a lot for me because
That's like, a lot for you.
Yeah, because
I'm gonna be having fun. It's gonna be
I'm not gonna be having fun. They're gonna be fun. They're gonna be having fun because they like that stuff, and then seeing me getting scared.
Oh, that's gonna be.
So there's not gonna be fun for me.
But hopefully the audience finds it entertaining. I mean, I'm gonna enjoy it. If we get enough likes,
Yeah.
She's gonna go by herself. A little tour. She'll have to spend, let's say, 3 minutes on location by herself.
What the hell?
Yeah.
I didn't even agree to that, but okay.
Okay, if we get...
I'm agreeing now.
How many likes? Let's be
2.
optimistic. 2 likes? Oh, okay.
2.
You know what? 3.
3 likes and you go in the haunted house by yourself. Okay. Alright, we'll do that.
Because I'm wild like that.
We said it.
Okay.
What else is going on?
No.
Oh, it's haunted. The little girl.
It's haunted.
I saw a little girl right now. That thing fell by itself. No,
Because the little kid will take the toy.
it makes a lot of sense. So if you can see, we have different props on the table. We're inviting little ghost girls to grab one of these, pick it up live on camera. Hopefully it works. Then I get to see a real apparition. Why are you guys looking at me? You guys don't want that?
We're just waiting here.
Wait, that's wild. Do you have any scary?
I have one.
stories?
Like it's just a small one.
What
I think I've said it before. Or it was like in the living room. And I was eating cereal as per usual. And then I paused the TV to switch to something else. It was like around 3 a.m. 3 a.m. is the hour of the devil.
That's what they say, right?
Yes. That's why I don't go pee at 3 a.m.
You just pee.
3:33.
That's it, I'm done. We'll wait until tomorrow. If I get a bladder infection, it's fine.
Yeah, I don't fucking care.
I have insurance.
Yeah.
I mean, you don't have insurance, but you know.
I do have insurance though.
We'll leave it to the universe to decide. Okay, go for it.
I'm gonna pee my bed. I don't fucking care.
You know what? It's 3:33.
Yeah.
It's worth it.
So I was doing that. I forgot what I said.
Oh, you were in the living room?
I was in the room, and then I stopped I don't know, I think I was watching like Netflix or something. So I stopped it, and then I've heard like on my side, it was like a little like someone like when you're tired and you go. So when I'm scared, I get I stop doing everything I'm doing. Like I just go quiet. Like I don't know how to explain it. I just like pause and I stayed. So I stayed for like an hour, watching just like the TV on pause, and then like around 4 a.m. because it was like 3 a.m. when that happened. So around 4 a.m. I went to my bed, to my safe bed, to my safe bed.
I have a scary story.
Oh, wait, that was it?
Yeah.
There was like no little girl involved anywhere?
I don't know. It didn't sound like a little girl.
First
So
scary
that was
story,
really
there's no
scary.
little girl. No.
I wish there was a little scary girl, because I could, I could see something and I could be like, oh fuck, it was that.
That was it, okay.
Yeah, but no. Back in my old house in LA.
Okay.
So there was days where I would be like alone by myself in the house, right? And I don't like to sleep early, so I stay up like really pretty late, right? But it's very weird that only when you're alone at that house, it feels like there's stuff happening more, like you hear like a creak, you hear like a door slam or some shit. So it's like very creepy. And I always thought, I'm like, oh, I'm just bugging out because like it's just my imagination because I'm alone, right?
My schizophrenia.
No, but this one day, it was late and I was like right between a door in front of me and a door behind me. And this door in front of me, I was just there, right? Because I was on my phone. And out of nowhere, the door just kind of goes, it closes. And I'm like, what the fuck? And I stay there and I'm like, why did it do that? Because I was like, and I kept looking at it. I'm like I'm kind of scared right now because it just.
You saw it close?
I saw it because it was like this and then it closed. And I was like, okay, it was like the wind. Most likely the wind, but I still stayed there.
Right.
And then I stayed there for like a minute. And then again, the door was already closed. And again, like in the like little gap between that it has. Again, boom. And I freaked out a little bit. I was like, what the fuck?
There wasn't wind?
There wasn't wind because after that happened and after 5 minutes that I was like, what the fuck? I grew balls and I opened the door. I opened the door. I opened the door and the window was closed.
Really?
Yeah, I closed the window beforehand. That's why I already knew there was no wind.
Okay.
So and I know that door does open and close when there's wind. When there's wind, yeah, it's whatever.
Right.
But that window was closed, so there was no way possible that wind in that area could have like, as hard as it did.
Right.
And then I locked myself in my room and I put my chair against the door.
Yeah, because ghosts can go through chairs.
Yeah, they can.
They can. They can go through walls, not
What
chairs.
if you had like a massive fart that pushed the table? I don't know. I'm trying to think scientifically. What could it be?
Scientifically, you can put far and scientifically in the same sentence.
No, that's wild. No, I mean that's weird. You see, I always try to find a logical explanation.
No, yeah, that's why.
For things.
Other times I've been scared alone in the house and I've like heard.
And you figured out what it is.
That I still don't know to this day. Like it was scary as fuck.
Okay. Have you ever had one that you thought it was scary and then you figured out, oh, that's what it was? No? That you psych yourself out so much and then you wait until the next day and you're like, oh, I left it wrong, or like almost falling, and that's what it was. Nothing like that?
Nothing comes to mind right now.
And there's one kind of, but not really.
Okay.
It was like when I lived in New York, my chair was like filled up with like to the brim with clothes. With clothes, and I woke up in the middle of the night and I saw a figure. I was like, "What the fuck?" But then I went back to sleep. And then
Wait.
I'm scared of that shit.
You saw a figure, and you're like, "Look, if I'm gonna die, I'm gonna die. I'm gonna go back to sleep." Hopefully, it could have been someone that went in your house, was watching you sleep. You're like, you know what? Whatever it is, I'm gonna go to sleep. Hopefully, you steal what you're gonna steal and leave.
Anyways,
Anyway.
I got scared for like a good minute, but then I remembered, wait, no, it's my fucking pile of clothes. So it was, something like that.
But see, that has happened to me, where you're asleep, and when you barely open your eyes, I mean, it plays tricks on you. You can see anything that looks like a shadow, like, oh, someone's standing there. I had that before when, you're like, you wake up because, I think happens to a lot of us is when your sleep schedule's all messed up from like previous like a week or whatever, and then you wake up at all times, and then you wake up thinking it's already time to wake up, your alarm hasn't hit, and you open your eyes and you see a figure. Has happened to you? Like, open your, like, wait, and you have to be like, wait, oh, like, it can play tricks on you, especially with like shadows or a pile of clothes. I mean, that's pretty.
It happened to me like one time. I don't know. I think it was clothes, or I think it was the chair. The chair that I have. So I was sleeping, so I sleep like this, and then I open my eyes. When I wake up, I open my eyes like pop. Like, I don't go slow or like rub my eyes. I just pop, and then I see a face like this too, and I was, oh hell no! So I just closed my eyes and say that. And then, and it was like dark. So when I felt like there was light already from like the window, I started opening my eyes like so, and I was like, oh, it was a chair, but like I was scared for like 2 hours just with my eyes closed like this.
Do you ever like grab something to protect yourself? Like, okay, I was gonna grab this, so I'll use it.
I would do it, but like when I'm like I said, when I'm scared, I don't move.
Right.
So even like I don't know.
Now that I think about it, like I tell you, like I never been scared, but when I was a kid, I used to. Our house was, I think, big enough. It wasn't like a huge house, but when I was, I think, 6. It was big enough for me to be at a very far distance, I imagined, when I was 6, from my parents, from their room. So for me, the hallway that separated the rooms was a big, like, separation. And since my room was closest to the backyard, and in Mexico, like, at least in the area we lived, you have a house, and in the back, there's a big backyard with nothing else. So, I mean, you can imagine if someone wants to do harm or like go in your house and rob it, I mean, no one's gonna catch you from the back because there's no houses behind you. So it's empty, like open field, and then your house, and then houses have enough separation from each other that your neighbor, let's say you're getting attacked, they wouldn't even hear or come for help. So my room was the one closest to the backyard, and I remember when I would like hear stuff just randomly. When I was 7, my parents bought me a bow and arrow, and I would always sleep with it under my pillow. I'm like, look, I'm prepped. It was one of those like bow and arrows with a point that's like the sticky ones. It wasn't even like sharp or anything. And I'm like, look, if anything comes through that door right there, I'm prepped. And like the rooms in Mexico, they don't have doors. Like the room is pretty much, so imagine like a room. The frame is there, but there's no door.
If something comes through my door, I'm gonna get scared because I don't have a door. So how did you get
So, but I remember when I was like 6 or 7, I would be like in my head, look. I remember like hearing a noise, and I'll be like, I'll grab my bow, like I'm good, I'm good. I'm strapped right now with my bow and arrow.
No, we're waiting for that moment.
How old were you?
Like 6.
Like 6? Oh, okay.
But to me, in my mindset, I was, you know what, that bow with the little rubber band is gonna be enough protection if something comes through that, not even door, that frame without the door. But yeah, that's wild. So I remember that when I was like scared, when I felt scared, I would always grab my bow and arrow as a way of protection. Like, forget the holy water if it's a ghost. That bow and arrow with a little rubber band is gonna be enough damage to do an exorcism.
Okay, so I have a question. Let me look for it. So it's
I'm sorry, that was disgusting.
What happened?
She says sorry. Can't find it, but I remember. So there's this question that I saw the other day. It's like 2 years ago.
Okay. Those are always.
No, like three years ago. Like 3 to 4 years ago. It's like, what if we live in a simulation and the Area 51 is the exit?
No, Area 55, you said.
55.
Yeah,
So
55. It's 55.
Okay, Area 55 is the exit.
What's the real name of it? 51?
Yeah, it's
Is
55.
Area
See,
51.
I was thinking Area 15 from Vegas. Because they have Area 15 they just like built.
That's the exit.
That's
to
gonna be
like
another episode. We're gonna go visit Area 15. Not Area 51 because there's signs that you
because
can
that's the
cross.
exit
That's
from
the
our
exit.
simulation.
Yeah.
I'm sorry, but
I'm gonna respect your own opinion.
So
I mean, I'm not saying it is.
So, okay.
I'm asking, like, what if? What do you guys think?
Do you believe it?
Would it make sense?
But
Does it
saying
make sense to you?
It kind of does.
saying that the exit is in Area 51 is crazy.
Why?
Cause it's such like a dumb thing to say.
But why?
Cause I could be like, oh, Santa's real.
But
He's not real.
But that's a fact. Like, we know for sure he's not real because he's like something that capitalism made up. But that's like.
Then let's go to Area 51 for your birthday.
I'm not. I'm down. I'm down.
You
can because.
No. It's not that you can, but there's signs that they'll take you out if you cross certain line.
Why?
So
why don't they have like this? Like, I don't know. You can come in this day. We'll show you some part of
it's a
the Area
military
51.
base.
But you can go visit military bases.
Not all of them. No, only the ones for museums. Like,
But is it crazy?
You know,
Is it like 100% crazy to think about that?
Like that one, to me, it's like it would be okay. Let's say it was a simulation.
Find it. Mm-hmm.
It would be too obvious,
Too obvious.
right? Because
But sometimes that's what's better. Like, what's obvious is like, it's too obvious for them to think about
I
that.
don't know. It's What do you think?
I think we are like cool. That's pretty.
I think we are in a simulation. I think we do live in a simulation, but I don't think it's like crazy to think that Area 51 is the exit. But like, I don't support it like that. I just don't think it's like crazy.
What's weird? You know, like the whole. You probably seen like a lot of maybe TikToks or like YouTube videos that talk about like the Mandela effect. Like, you know, the two different realities. To me, that makes a little more sense. Kind of, sort of, not really.
Yeah.
Because the only one that throws me off that I've seen lately is the Fruit of the Loom. The little like they supposedly that a lot of people. I remember myself. It had to. I think it's called a cornucopia. It's that like horn looking thing with all the fruit. You know which brand, right? The brand with the little fruits. I remember, and even before seeing any of like the videos and people like freaking out, I remember it having a cornucopia and then the fruit. I remember it like vividly. And then I've seen that brand lately, like shirts and stuff like that, doesn't have it. But other people do. It's just weird. Even like for the other one that I remember, and I was looking for like my old Monopoly set. The Monopoly guy had like a little I forgot what it's called. That glass that goes on your eye.
Mm-hmm.
Just that one glass. I don't know what it's called. But I remember seeing the Monopoly guy with that eyeglass. And if you look at all the Monopoly boxes, it doesn't have it.
Wait, what?
Yeah.
He does have it.
He doesn't.
There's no. I remember him having it. There's no
He
fucking
doesn't
way.
have it. Look for the Monopoly guy. I remember.
There's no fucking way.
I had an old set of Monopoly, but I lost it when we moved. Like, you know.
Look. Wait, but he doesn't have any like.
He doesn't have it.
That's one that I don't know. Like the other one that you said, I didn't buy it as a kid. You know, I never had like that type of experience. Even with the Monopoly guy, it's not something that's ingrained in my head to like be like, oh yeah, he had a little thing. You know which one comes to my head? How do you spell Onyx?
Onyx.
The Pokemon.
Onix.
To me, it's always Y.
What? No, it's
To
not.
me, it was always Y.
What?
To me, was I swear to you, every time.
Wait, how's it spelled right now?
With an I.
I've always seen it with an I.
But I felt like I've always seen
You know
it
what? You threw me off. You're right.
with a Y.
Yeah.
I've always thought, I feel like when I was small, like I would get a Pokemon pack and I would get an Onyx.
That's a Brock Pokemon, right? That snake?
The
Brock
snake.
snake? No, it was with a Y.
That's what I feel. But then, like, I saw this video like last year or something.
Wait, check it out. Is it with an I?
It's with an I.
It was with the Y.
I swear to you, it was with a Y.
Okay, how do you spell Looney Tunes?
Oh, that one is so Looney. I would say Looney,
Mm-hmm.
and then Tunes Toons.
That's wrong.
Nah,
It's Looney. That's right. Tunes.
nah, that's something.
How did you spell it the first time?
Tunes Toon like cartoons.
That's
Looney
wrong.
Tunes.
That's wrong.
I
It's
used to
Tunes.
watch on Saturday mornings.
Me too. Every fucking day. But it's Tunes like Tunes.
That doesn't even make sense. You're saying is Looney songs like tunes?
As them. As them.
No, that doesn't make sense.
Yeah, because how do you like learn something like tunes, like spelling something, and then find out like it's all wrong?
The
It's
reason
being
I'm
wrong.
saying is Toons, like tunes, cartoons. They're Looney cartoons.
That
right?
would make sense.
Well, what they say Tunes.
I think Mandela effect is just something that your brain thinks is right.
But okay, if that was the case,
It's a glitch in the simulation. You're welcome.
we proved it. See, forget Area 51. We proved it through a different method. There you go.
Still, simulation. We live in a simulation. I remember when I said it, I just found like because I used Twitter, and it was 2019 when I came up with that question. And I posted on Twitter like, what if the Area 51 is the exit? That's why they don't let us go. And there was people saying like, damn, what are you taking? I want some of that. But like, I do believe you. So it was like 5 years ago.
No, that's
That's
almost
almost
a crazy
6.
one.
Almost 5 years.
She tripping.
I was tripping. I was 19, depressed. So
That was 5 years ago?
19 was 5 years ago.
2019?
Yeah?
Well, I was like, when I was 19.
Oh, bro, I was like, what the fuck is he saying?
Weird.
Is that the Mandela effect?
Did the simulation mess me up that bad? Alright, you guys have anything else before we end this? Oh, that right.
Totally on
Went all over
purpose.
my ear. Anything else? You guys are good?
Yeah, for this pod.
Alright.
I think we're good for now. I'll come up with another crazy question.
Alright, tune in for the next one. We'll have some other topics in mind. You're welcome to put anything in the chat as well.
Jaypow!
Jaypow.
Jaypow.
Yeah.
Jaypow.